the Mr. Marty Show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. The Mr. Marty Show. Well, we got a good show. We're gonna talk about herbs. Don't mean those kind of herbs. I mean the other kind of herbs. Those herbs you gotta know. On the Mr. Marty Show. 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 Show.
All right, here we are on the Mr. Marty Show, and no, this isn't Sandy. This is my beautiful wife, Aine, and we have her here today because we are going to be talking about your career as an herbalist, and it's very nice to have her here in front of the camera rather than behind. She's been a great help with getting this show off the ground. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Sandeep is taking the day off today, mental health day at the beach.
That's right.
So I'm filling in for him, and hopefully we'll do him proud.
Right, and speak nice and loud in that mic, okay?
Okay.
That's even better. Well, we had some mail from last week, and I'm always grateful for that. And we got a lovely letter from David and Darcy Dye. And maybe can you read that?
Sure. Dear Marty, it was good to connect with the Mr. Marty Show this past week. Wee Anya is becoming quite a musical pro. The sweet clarity of her voice and her growing poise in front of the camera are something. Paul Van Mertens was a wonderful addition to the show. You are blessed to live in a city where you can keep company with so many amazing musicians.
And we certainly are. Chicago is such a great town and such a great music town. I think a lot of people don't think about Chicago. They have forgotten the role that Chicago has played in music, or it's somehow, and maybe that's why, we're the second city. We think of ourselves as second. I don't know. Do you think of that way? I mean, and what I refer to is this was where the original Grand Ole Opry was, the WLS Barn Dance, the blues, came here and really took root, and all the great styles of Chicago music that we've had over the years. Truly lucky to live here, and just happy that I can pursue a life as a musician.
Well, partly it's affordable here, where it isn't on the coasts as much, right?
Very true. And you'll see why it's affordable in about a month when it snows. And then you'll say, well, geez, California does look good, even with the fires. But this is our banter section of the show, so let's banter a little bit. And I want to know, tell the audience what it's like being married to me.
Well, let's see, we've been together for about 15 years. We were together 6 years before that. Yep.
Right.
We've been married 15 years. And I think I'm only just now, this is one of the gifts of the pandemic, starting to understand what it means to be married to a musician, this musician.
How so? I mean, that's...
Well, you're gone a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, you were gone a lot, so now we're together. This is the most we've ever been together, for a contiguous amount of days or months in 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. And so it is kind of weird in that sense. but in a good way, right? I mean, you wake up in the morning and you see me, but I think I feel the same. You really get to know who your partner is. I think during these times, right? And your spouse, and I certainly feel lucky about it. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
On this show, we have our daughter Anya. She's going to be doing a song. We're going to have not the COVID cocktail, but we're going to try a whiskey, and a very special whiskey suggested by somebody that's watching the show. Of course, 30 Seconds of Cute, and we're going to have On the Corner as well, plus one new song about the pandemic and an old song about moving on during the face of all this crisis. So let's move along to the new song, and you are watching the Mr. Marty Show, live action. Bang.
I'll take your temperature if you take mine. Let's take off our masks if we are fine. Ooh, loving the pandemic. Ooh, loving the pandemic. I want to kiss you, but where have you been? I'll just blow a kiss from 6 feet then. Ooh, loving the pandemic. Ooh, loving the pandemic. I'm warm all over and my throat feels dry. Am I in love or am I gonna die? Ooh, loving the pandemic. Ooh, loving the pandemic. I know it sounds crazy, but here it goes. You kinda look sexy with a swab up your nose. Ooh, loving the pandemic. Ooh, loving the pandemic. 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 So wrong, it's pain we feel, makes no sense at all. A swan song wasn't part of the deal, was no curtain call. Giving no choice, giving no... Okay, well, we're back on the Mr. Marty Show, and I've got Anya McCormack here, and my daughter, and we're gonna do a song called Always Some Time, to make some time and take that time to say,
I love you. Let's go.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to wake up, sleepy.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to get dressed.
Papa, what time is it?
Time for breakfast now.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to go to school. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. Baby, what time is it?
Time to run and play.
Baby, what time is it?
Time to have a snack.
Baby, what time is it?
More time to run and play.
Baby, what time is it?
Time to come on and
There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. Ooh.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to have dinner.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to do some homework.
Papa, what time is it?
Time to get your PJs on ya.
Papa, what time is it?
Say your prayers and go to sleep. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. There's always some time to make some time and take that time to say I love you. Take that time to say I love you and take that time.
Say I love you.
To say I love you.
I love you, Papa.
I love you, Anya.
Hello, I'm Polly Chase, here with artwork by Marty McCormick. This is titled Dream. It's an 8x10 pen and ink drawing. Be lovely in an office or child's room, anywhere you need inspiration to let go and see where your dreams can take you. To inquire about pricing and to view other pieces of Marty's artwork, go to martinmccormick.com. Thank you. Back to you, Marty.
All right, we're back at the Mr. Marty Show with our interview of our guest, Aine Courtenay. And let me just ask you right off the bat, and I don't think I've ever asked you this in all the years that we've been together, but why did you get into herbs?
There's no really easy or short answer to that, but I think that I was attracted to the mystery of plants since I was a kid, and when I found out that there were ways you could systematically study the healing properties of herbs, I felt like that was a good application of a brain that at the time was working pretty good, and also my own love affair with plants, and also I think I have a kind of an impetus to serve humanity in some way, and this seemed to be a good outlet for it.
Herbs for stress. Why?
There's a specific class of herbs called the adaptogens, and that's the one. There are quite a few herbs in there. We've only got 3 of them on the table today, but they help the body respond to non-specific stress and also recover from non-specific stress or even immediate stress. So the classic example is, if a saber-toothed tiger is chasing you, your body mounts a response between, from your adrenal, your hypothalamus, your pituitary, and your adrenals, sends a whole cascade of these hormones through your body.
Makes sense.
So that you can appropriately respond. So these herbs help your body to respond to stress in a way that doesn't pitch you toward exhaustion and pitch you toward a place where your body can no longer respond appropriately. Chronic stress is a killer. Everybody knows it. It leads to cardiovascular disease, depression, autoimmune disease, metabolic diseases, which all together contribute to a shorter lifespan.
Let's take a little transition here. We're going to move the camera so we can look down at these herbs.
Okay, so I'm looking at this display that we have here, Aine, and can you tell me exactly, what these different herbs are and what they do?
Sure. Well, in the middle, we have 3 classic adaptogens. This one right here is Schizandra. That's Schizandra sinensis. Over here, this is American ginseng. This is Panax quinquefolia. And over here is your Chinese red ginseng. This is the true ginseng, Panax ginseng. And this is the most researched and most well-known adaptogen that people have probably heard of. These guys on the outside, it's the end of the season, Marty, so we don't have a lot of options here in our own garden as far as nervines go. But these are nervines, and this one is lemon balm, which is Melissa officinalis. And this one over here is mugwort, and you can see it's silvery underside of the leaf. This is Artemisia folia. Okay, well, as we discussed previously, the adaptogens, these 3 help the body respond to and recover from stress. So that could be temporary stress, sort of, maybe you're running a marathon, or you've got your exams, or you're doing your rounds, or whatever. And then, or it can also be chronic stress. So you're in the middle of a pandemic. You are a single mother. You have to make it all work for your family. The outside will help with sleep, or just relaxing. Trying to help the body relax a little bit. So in a nutshell, these are sort of more deeply supportive, the adaptogens, and then these are kind of a little bit more maybe in the moment. You can take a shot if you're feeling anxiety or whatever.
Let's get to what I'm sure a lot of people want to know: how to access these herbs. They're not going to have, obviously, they're not, unless you're very lucky, you're growing American ginseng in your backyard, they're not going to have that. So can you just kind of give people an idea, a general idea, since we're dealing with not only the United States, but Canada and the United Kingdom and other countries.
The first thing to remember is that the herbal market is global. It is planetary. And this is not even scratching the surface of the options that you have in terms of adaptogens and in terms of nervines. You know, nervines are as familiar as chamomile or hawthorn. These are things that have served us, at least in the West, you know, for millions, you know, thousands of years, and you can easily get at your grocery store. But where can you get these things? First of all, do your research. Make sure that your supplier harvests sustainably and is harvesting and providing you the thing that they say. A lot of the companies that are at like Whole Foods or any of these health food stores, you know, are FDA approved, and that's for your protection. Or if you know a trusted medicine maker, there are many small medicine makers all over the United States and all over the world who really, they focus on quality. They focus on freshness and on making sure that the herbs are potent and harvested at the right time, that they are what they are.
Once again, thank you so much. And you're watching a very special Mr. Marty show. Live action.
And now, 30 seconds of cue.
What are you trying to do, Babu? Yes, my love. Priya, you're too small for
And we're back here on the Mr. Marty Show, and how does it feel being Sandeep?
Enlightened.
All right, that's great. Well, this is speaking of being enlightened. We from time to time do a whiskey tasting, and this whiskey was suggested by Jim and Karen Sundberg up near Traverse City, Michigan. PEARSE whiskey, and you can see a close-up of it right now. But as you know, the sponsor is who?
Mark Winkleman of Dreamtown.
That's right, and you're going to have to do the echo part. Are you ready?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So let me.
These are some big shoes to fill.
There always are on this show. So, you know, Mark Winkleman sold us our home.
That's right.
And so he did a great job. And
We're still here.
we're still here. And he can sell anything. And one of these days we're going to have him for just the full bore Mark Winkleman interview. But let's all sing the Dreamtown song. If you're ready, that means those of you that are on our Cocktail Hour Twitter feed there, or next to Twitch, I should say. You guys, you better have your drinks ready, and you know what to do. You sing Dreamtown song. Beautiful, Annie. Dreaming of a home to buy, call Mark at Dreamtown.
Dreamtown.
Nice. Very sexy.
Oh,
He
boy.
searching high and low around Chicago until your dreams found
Dreams found.
no place.
We are a couple in harmony.
There we go. No place too large or small. He's a friendly, real filter, who can do it all? Call Mark Winkleman. Call Mark Winkleman. Call Mark Winkleman at
Dreamtown.
that's
Dreamtown.
that's
Dreamtown.
Dreamtown, Dreamtown. Call Mark Winkleman today. Live action there. Oh boy, sorry about that D minor. What's going on? Oh well, we're not going to worry about it because Annie and I are about to rate this Irish whiskey and see how it is. Are you ready?
Why don't you tell us about this Irish whiskey? Do you know anything about it?
I don't. And so this is the Church of St. James inspired a whiskey we call the original. It conjures up a story of libertines and perhaps the type of whiskey that might have been enjoyed on a cold winter night in a nearby pub. Sounds good enough to me. Whiskey distributed through Alfred's Lexington Distillery Company in Lexington, Kentucky, but it comes in from Ireland. So, product of Ireland. There we go. So we're going to give it a go. And blended Irish whiskey. Let's see how many barrels we think this is worth. All right.
What's the best number of barrels?
The best number of barrels you can have is 10 on the Mr. Marty show. And we've had one whiskey tasting thus far, and that had 7 barrels. So let's see. Smell it. What do you get there, Annie? Not too bad.
Cherry and smoke.
Cherry and smoke. Yeah, a little bit of there's a woodiness and a smoky, not peaty, but let's give it a taste. Let's see how she goes. And of course, we're drinking with ice. In some circles, that'd be verboten. But cheers, my love.
Cheers.
Here we go. Oh wow! Wow.
That's smooth.
That's very smooth. I think our friends the Sunbergs were right. I think what's different about this is that you're getting definitely a hit of peat that would be more in line with a single malt, not as hard as like Connemara whiskey, but it definitely has that nice peaty flavor to it. And surprisingly, this is a very affordable whiskey. That is something that, you can get great whiskeys if you're willing to flesh out, $75 or something like that, Then you're starting to get into Redbreast and some of those whiskeys. Well, you're earning every drop, so to speak. So this PEARSE Irish whiskey really tastes good. And before we rate it, you think of how many barrels. I'm going to try one more hit. Did it get you? What'd you get this second time? Second taste. Got like a, would you say a caramely, like a light sugary? No?
I didn't get that at all. Let's try it again.
Maybe we're just gonna, this is gonna be the rest of the show, Annie and I, because we've been working so hard, we're just gonna drink this whole bottle in front of you. Sorry about that. All right. It's best taste because it wasn't adulterated by the ice.
Yeah,
So
we're definitely getting a lot of ice in
we're
this.
starting to get more ice, but
I wouldn't say that it was sweet though in any way. I'm not getting any sweetness.
not cloyingly sweet like Tullamore Dew. So
Well, that's just straight up sweet.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very sweet. I think, so I would say I'm going to reach out on a limb, and I've got my barrels in mind. When we started courting, you bought me whiskey. I mean, that was the way you won my heart.
Oh boy, that was hard work. I would give it, say, six barrels.
6 barrels. Wow.
Whiskey drinker, either I drank it when
So
we
6
first met to impress
Okay.
you and to hang out with you.
Well, I'm impressed. I would have to say that the number that I had was 8. So
Okay.
between us, once again, we have come up with a 7-barrel whiskey count. So we invite you to try it out and tell us what you think. And once again, this portion of the show is sponsored by Dreamtown. All right. When I'm feeling blue and don't know what to do, I keep moving on. When I get depressed and life's in such a mess, I keep moving on. I keep moving, 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 keep on moving on. Yeah, my heart is sad, the day is worse than bad, I keep moving on. It's hard to keep afloat when a hole is in your boat, but I keep moving on. I keep moving, 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 keep on moving on. Ooh, yeah, I wish I could be free of my own misery. I keep moving on. I tell everyone, keep on hanging on, keep on moving on. I keep moving, 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 keep on moving on. Ooh, keep on moving on. Ooh, keep on moving on. Well, I want to thank everybody for their contributions to the show tonight, especially to my wife, Aine, to Courtenay, for her wonderful talk about herbs and how we can use these naturally grown gifts from God to help us cope with the crazy stress that's going on right now. And also want to thank our contributors that have been contributing now to On the Corner. And as always, to Little Freehold for 30 Seconds of Cute, and my daughter Anya, and Sandeep, Gopal, and Nadia Miner, and so many other people that are contributing to make the Mr. Marty Show happen. And most importantly, I want to thank you folks that are out there that have been reaching out to me over these past many months and encouraging me to keep this going. It means a lot to me. I want to keep it going. I love your feedback, and I love your support. I will be honest, it does help keep us going. So please, tell your friends. Tell 50 of your friends. Tell strangers. Stop them from 6 feet away and tell them to watch this show. But here we go.
Thanks for watching this show. Thanks for watching the 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 show. The Mr. Marty 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 Show. Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. 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 Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.